Comparing September of this year to last, the median sales price of a single-family home in New Hampshire is up 10% to $440,000. At the same time, mortgage rates are up, an average 30-year fixed mortgage more than 7% right now. So if a Granite Stater wants to buy a median-priced home, put 10% down, their mortgage alone, without taxes or insurance, would be more than $2,600 a month. Which existing federal programs that help people buy or afford homes do you support? Which would you get rid of or even add? Ms. Levitt, we'll start with you.
This is an issue I've been talking about a lot because the essence of the American dream is to purchase a home and to have a family. And that dream has never been more unattainable or unaffordable, certainly for my generation and for those even younger than me. And the housing crisis in our state has been exacerbated over the past 2 years again by the tax and spend policies of Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and Chris Pappas, who he has supported 100% of the time. Inflation sits at 8.2%. It's expected to rise. Mortgage rates next year are predicted to be 10% if we don't change the leadership in this country and elect fiscal conservatives who believe in balancing our budget and stopping the spending. I've sat down with developers in this state who are hoping to develop affordable housing, but they're not digging. They're not seeing those projects through because it would have cost them 3 times as much as it would have last year. We have to tackle inflation to fix our housing crisis. That's also contributing to our labor shortage in this state as well.
Congressman Pappas.
Well, again, a lot of attacks and talking points, but no real solutions to address housing. So here are a few things that we can do. We have some important federal tools, including the HOME program, the Low-Income Housing Tax Credit program, the Community Development Block Grant that I support expanding, that can help provide the support for developers to bring about the kind of development that can increase the amount of affordable units in New Hampshire. We're seeing about 1,000 under construction right now in Manchester as a result of some of these federal programs. More needs to be done. We've also approved rental assistance and mortgage assistance programs that are helping Granite Staters who are having a tough time pay the bills right now. But this is at a crisis. We are 20,000 units short of where we need to be. We have a 0.5% vacancy rate for rentals in New Hampshire. And when you're a young person just starting out or someone of any age, that is unaffordable. It's hard to attract the workforce that we need. So solving this housing crisis, which is contributing to inflation, by the way, is so important. We need bipartisan solutions and federal tools that will help the state and help our communities move forward.